So this question is a simplify question. We know that because the question is very short. It's one line long. Simplify questions are typically between 1 and 3 lines long. Also, simplified questions will always have an equation, which we have here, and or an expression. So we also have an expression here. So we have both in this case. So a couple of ways to solve this. So question's asking for, if we have this equation, what is the value of 4 minus 3x? So one way to solve this is to find x, right? And then to plug x into the expression. A second way to find this, or the second way to solve this, is to literally find the value of 4 minus 3x, right? We can isolate 4 minus 3x from the given equation. And then the third way is to use Desmos. All right, so I'm going to show you all 3 ways here. It won't take long at all. So the first way, if I have my original equation, oops, not plus, it's minus. So 4 minus 3x plus 18. We can simplify by distributing the 9 and distributing the 8. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times negative 3x is negative 27x plus 2 is equal to 8 times 4 is 32 minus 24x plus 18. Combining like terms on the left-hand side leads me to have 38 minus 27x equals combining like terms on the right-hand side leads me to having 50 minus 24x. Getting my x values on the left-hand side, I'd add 24x to both sides. And moving my numbers to the right-hand side, I subtract 38 from both sides. So the 38s would cancel, the 24x's would cancel. Negative 27x plus 24x is negative 3x. 50 minus 38 is 12. And divide by negative 3. And we get that x is equal to negative 4. And of course, we're not looking for x, right? So be mindful that negative 4 is an option here. But the question asks us for the value of 4 minus 3x. So I'm going to say 4 minus 3 times negative 4, since x is negative 4, which leads me to 4 plus 12, right? Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12, which is 16, and therefore our answer is 16. All right, so that's the option 1. So option 2 is, instead of simplifying in that manner, I'm going to look at the fact that I have a 4 minus 3x here and here, and I'm treat that like terms that I'd like to combine. So again, if I rewrite everything, 9, 4 minus 3x plus 2 equals 8, 4 minus 3x plus 18. I can subtract 2 from both sides, and I can subtract 8 times 4 minus 3x from both sides. In doing so, the 2's cancel on the left, and on the right side, I end up with an 18 minus 2, which is 16. The 8 times 4 minus 3x, 8 times 4 minus 3x minus 8 times 4 minus 3x cancels out on the right-hand side. And on the left, 9 times 4 minus 3x minus 8 times 4 minus 3x is just going to be 4 minus 3x. Right? Because 9 minus 8 is just 1. So there's my answer. A bit faster when we get to our 16 answer here. Let's see. Oops, I noticed that I said negative 16. It's not negative 16. It is positive 16. So sorry about that. And then lastly, we have Desmos, right? So here, I'm just literally plugging in the exact same equation into Desmos. It's telling me that my x value, right? So anytime you graph an equation with just x, right? So there's no y involved, just an x value here. The solution is the x-intercept. So this is telling me that x equals negative 4. And then, of course, I go back to what the question's asking, 4 minus 3x. I say, well, 4 minus 3x would be 4 minus 3 times negative 4, which is 4 plus 12, which is 16. So again, maybe even faster that way. So I wanted to give you all those options so you can see them. I am a fan of the second method. I'm also a fan of the Desmos method. I have a student now that I have shared with, anytime you see a question on the SAT that has X and Y or just X, right? Anytime you see an equation, just graph it, because it allows you to always know what to do in those situations. And while Desmos, I don't think, can answer every single question, especially if you don't know what the question is asking initially, by graphing it, you get off to a good start, and 90% of the questions you'll be perfectly fine with answering through using Desmos. So hopefully that helps. 3 different methods, a little bit longer of a video, but you see 3 different ways to solve this question.